out in 1987 and was considered a kid's toy. It initially sold for $179, although the price was later reduced to $100. Keep in mind that a regular camcorder would have cost around $1,000. In today's inflation-adjusted dollar, that would be like $382 and $213 respectively. Still, it seems cheap compared to the $2,137 a camcorder would have cost in today's money. Of course, the thing that makes this camera so interesting is not its price point, but rather the fact that it records on standard audio cassettes. In fact, when I press play on this tape, you might think it's in fast forward, but this is actually the speed that it moves. The downside to this is that you can typically only fit 3 or 4 minutes of video on each side of the tape. This is a black and white camera. They also reduced the frame rate down to 15 frames per second. The resolution is also reduced to 120 by 90 pixels.
Hey, Joey.
Hey, finally. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, take one.
Like a countdown. 3, 2,
No,
1.
not.
Oh, okay.
I called it take one.
Oh, okay.
4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome to the Pixel THIS 35 Film Festival, celebrating films made by the Fisher-Price Pixel 2000 toy camcorder. Thanks to the co-director Joey and the tech advisor Sam and all of you beautiful people. Let's probe the history of the word pixel. It was first used in a photochemistry 1874, but James Joyce presaged the pixel paradigm shift in his 1939 novel Finnegan's Wake on page 421 with the word pixelated. Like Bucky Fuller says, I seem to be a verb. Etymologically, they probe, this is Etymology Online, they propose the first use of the word pixel was 1965 at JPL. Oops. And first, audio cassettes came out in 1963. Now, this unique element to this failed toy kid camera is that it records on an audio cassette. Can you believe that? An audio cassette in a video camera. Look at that. Toy plastic. So recording on a Pixel camera happens both picture and sound on an audio cassette. Although we've updated it to today's future world of cell phones. Now, James Wickstead, who we've interviewed twice, can insert a picture of James there. He invented this little sucker in the late 80s, and the Pixel THIS Film Festival started in 1990. So tune in for our 35th year right here, right now. We encourage you all to get creative with the Pixel phenomenon. Lo-fi hijinks. Roll 'em, Ferndock.
Pixel THIS, suckers.
Pixel THIS suckers.
So you know how the universe is created. So you've seen God. Okay, illuminate us. What happens when we die?
Tune in to the Pixel THIS Film Festival.
Hi, everybody. I'm the real deal, the raw deal. The real deal. And I think everybody should try to be the real deal. I mean, they talk about authenticity. You know? What does that mean? I mean, how many identities do I have to build for myself? How many presentations of one body need to be there to fulfill narratives for so many different people? I'm coming to realize that about now is what you people, or collectively we might be calling the end times. You know, I think it's the end times of individual experience. You talk about the California fires, you talk about the wars around the world. These are collective, individual experiences. But we're heading for the collective, single consciousness. You know, Marshall McLuhan talks about satellite making us all like one body. I forget what they call it. But that's the Android meme, right? And here it is now that we have these things called artificial intelligence. But really, what is anybody's intelligence but artificial? Oh, I suppose except for craftsmen and the like, you know, people that actually build things with their hands. But that's the creative function that we all are going to miss dearly. Our existence in a tactile universe, a place where you touch people, that you don't meet people off an image that you're projecting on your phone, or an identity that's not you. It's a brand or an advertisement. Just the way that the memes and the algorithms work on the social media. It's more giving you what it perceives you need based on your complaints, any little thing they can pick up about the history of your health, whether it be dental or mental. I mean, I can't tell you how many memes I get on the mental health issue. That's just swallowing things in my algorithm, because I just tend to chat rather than to send messages or project myself out into that. So the only reason I would do it anyway is just to, give people the benefit of my mistakes. I mean, that's probably mostly what we're here for. Just to leave a footprint, but not a footprint that does anything but reveals your reflections on what you missed by being in a tactile environment and ignoring it, if you know what I mean. So I hope in these end times that whatever transition that we're going through, that it's peaceful on the other side of that transition. So I don't expect it will be peaceful in transition. We're going on a big, giant 12-step program out in the universe. You know? And the first step is always that you're not so important. That's what they tell you anyway. I don't think this planet ever gets to that amends step. I don't see a lot of people walking around making amends. And understanding what they need to amend, or what insult they've given to the universe. So I'm just waiting that flare, the solar flare, is coming in, and it should be here any second. And hopefully it will white out the entire camera, so that you don't have to see what happens when that flare hits. So, anyway, I have some complaints, so I'll put a little bit of sad music on. Sad music is so beautiful, isn't it?
So this song is a song that I wrote after the 2024 presidential election, a day or two after. Hold each other close, the other, my brother, longing for our mother, while we sleep inside her. Brother went under in the rubble sifting, in the fog unlifting, mother softly searching. Dark abandoned rubble, eagles hunt in spirals. Mother feels their wings beat. Only close, even in the fearing. Feel the mother weeping deeper into being.
Utopia is going into foreclosure. Utopia wears a bulletproof vest at all hours. Utopia has a hair trigger rage, shoot first and ask questions later. Utopia is out of shape, can't touch its toes or do sit-ups. Utopia has hidden agendas no TSA agent can detect. Utopia got caught pouring sugar into empathy's gas tank. Utopia got caught transporting underage compassion across state lines. Utopia has transformed its Zen garden into an Olive Garden. When Utopia looks in the mirror, all it sees is dystopia. Utopia refuses to offer room service in the Heart's Wounded Hotel. Utopia has a functional Ponzi scheme for every dysfunctional season. Utopia has bones made of Muzak. It does the purgatory soft shoe. Utopia has served jail time with all of Florida's banned books. Utopia commits self-immolation, believing it's the only way to achieve enlightenment. Utopia has hopped the last train of thought out of town, leaving all the rest of us to pay its bills and back taxes. Utopia has forgotten how to cast the movie of a perfect life, but is more than willing to cast the first stone. Utopia has written its last will and testament in disappearing ink. Utopia says there's something in the water, something in the air, something in the way we're living that's making us lose our minds. Utopia suffers from paranoia, despair, and disillusionment. Utopia ain't what it used to be.
Women. Know what I'm saying? Forget about it. Know what I mean? It's like, I don't know, give me a break. And now pardon me, I know it's none of my personal business, but I think you got a problem. You wanna know what your problem is? Women. I hope you don't mind my saying so, I just call them like I see them. You see, you gotta understand something. Every woman is always, can we talk? Well, she can talk all she wants. Obviously. Talk is cheap, but like they say, actions is louder than words. You said that right. Got nothing to say? Why say it? Shut up already. You talking a lot, but you ain't saying anything. Know what I mean? Women. What can you do? I'm telling you. Go figure. It's like, I don't know. Tell me about it. And what's with women? They're always complaining about us, like we're all the same. Man this, man that. Hey, don't look at me, honey. I didn't make the rules. I mean, a man's gotta do what a man's, and like that. I mean, what does she expect? You're only human. Now, don't get me wrong. I love women. I mean, I'm not like, hey, okay? I mean, no way. Watch it. But you can take it too far. Like that story, that guy, that big shot, and that girl, the famous pair. At first they're all like, please, look at him now. She's giving him grief. He's like, whatever, she's out of here. Guess who pays? Hello? What's up with that? Women. Yeah, right? Believe me. What can I say? It's like, I don't know, whatever. Now, I know what you're thinking. Who is this guy? What does he know from women? I know. Believe me, I know. But you don't have to take my advice. Don't listen to me. Hey, before you go, I was wondering, do you know any place around here that's a good place to meet girls? For some reason, I keep striking out. Can you believe it? Women. You know what I'm saying. Forget about it. Know what I mean? It's like, I don't know. Say that again. Give me a break.
red oranges, orange blood, yellow beans, green canaries, blue violets, purple whales, pink bears, brown carnations, black snow, white tar.
It helps me with my vocabulary. It helps me with my thinking power, like exercising a mind.
Well, hello everybody. I just have a good show for you. And I want you to stand by and just enjoy yourself.
My God, how many times have I woken up
I don't believe in no therapist. I don't have no priest.
A lot of people can't function. They can't go to
I don't want a life like that. I know who I am. I don't want it.
I'm awake. I look around me and I can't believe that I've woken up.
My left leg is Christmas. My left leg is New Year's.
I don't feel like this in no music.
So what do you say, big boy? Let's see what we come with between the holidays.
Every time they try, they mess up. They don't want to try to start anymore.
Okay.
And they don't want to try anymore. It hurts too much. They can't
I
start.
saw 3 ships a-sailing. They were all headed my way.
Well,
Once you're dead, it's over. This beautiful scene, this beautiful lady, now fuck it up. It is the beginning of life, now make everything hellish, fuck it up. Become an alcoholic and drug addict, fall in love with people who don't give a shit about you and everything else will fuck it up.
I'm willing
to stop.
Now, how do you feel now that you know that doesn't like you?
It makes me feel alright. Moving down the road on a twisted.
But once you're dead, the pain is over.
Hi, I'm Angela Davis, and I just want you to all know that everybody in the universe is equal, and that the workers of the world should unite. Psych! Psych!
I mean, it really started.
Well, I'll be popping out and don't do anything that I wouldn't do.
She even poured the bubble bath in for me. And she said, one of these days, you're gonna have to learn to take care of yourself. And that's what she said, and she closed the door. The door, 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 the door.
You are old, Father William, the young man said, and your hair has become very white, and yet you incessantly stand on your head. Do you think at your age this is right? In my youth, Father William replied to his son, I feared it might injure the brain, but now that I'm perfectly sure I have none, why, I do it again and again. You are old, said the youth, as I mentioned before, and have grown most uncommonly fat. Yet you turned a back somersault in at the door. Pray, what is the meaning of that? In my youth, said the sage as he shook his grey locks, I kept all my limbs very supple. By the use of this ointment, 1 shilling a box. Allow me to sell you a couple? You are old, said the youth, and your jaws are too weak for anything tougher than suet. Yet you finished the goose with the bones and a beak. Pray, how did you manage to do it? In my youth, said his father, I took to the law, and I argued each case with me wife, and the muscular strength that it gave to me jaw has lasted the rest of my life. You are old, said the youth. One would hardly suppose that your eye was as steady as ever. Yet you balanced an eel on the end of your nose? What made you so awfully clever? I have answered 3 questions, and that is enough, said his father. Don't give yourself airs. Do you think I can listen all day to such stuff? Be off, or I'll kick you downstairs.
I see the clouds that move the sky. My only means of knowing that I am alive. But death is and will be my salvation from this parody.
Ölümde umutla bulama, Шильменінде быркасы, ömürden, кетемі. Возможно, это просто переход в другое пространство. Наверное, мы телепортируемся в параллельную вселенную. Bugün cesaret ne anlama geliyor? Aynı düşüncelere sahibiz. Ya da değiliz. Durum gerçekten böyle mi? Çünkü biz sadece baştan başa bir nesir değiliz. Aynı zamanda her şeyin parçacıklarız. Ve başkalarının dünyalarına göz atmak eğlenceli olabilir. And I just took a wild guess. And you showed me that everything is possible. So can you really blame me for assuming the unassumable? I guess now we're talking nonsense, but in the best way possible. I heard somewhere that in the light we read the inventions of others, but only in the dark we invent our own stories. To speak or to die.
are cool, and they love to picnic. They love to picnic because ants are cool. There's just one rule. They love to picnic, and you can't have a picnic without ants. When you're Sunday driving with your family and you find that perfect spot beneath that big oak tree, they send up their greatest scout. He goes up and scopes it out, and then he signals back down to the colony. They've got brie. Ants are cool, and they love to picnic. They love to picnic because ants are cool. There's just one rule. They love to picnic, and you can't have a picnic without ants. If they were big, they'd be stronger than an elephant and faster than the fastest horse of all, and fiercer than a tiger and more hungry than a whale. Let's be thankful that they're really, really small, 'cause ants are cool, and they love to picnic. Yeah, they love to picnic because ants are cool. There's just one rule. They love to picnic, and you can't have a picnic without ants.
Standards, absolutely listening. There's a lot of action scenes, exposing is going off and bullets and stuff. It's very hard to focus. I did not want there to be
childhood's hour I have not been as others were, I have not seen as others saw. I could not bring my passions from a common spring. From the same source I have not taken my sorrow. I could not awaken my heart to joy at the same tone. And all I loved alone. Then, in my childhood, in the dawn of a most stormy life, was drawn from every depth of good and ill the mystery which binds me still. From the torrent. From the torrent. From the red cliff of the mountain, from the sun that round me rode in its autumn tint of gold. I could not awaken my heart to joy at the same tone. From the lightning and in the sky as it passed me flying by, from the thunder and the storm and the cloud that took the form. From the lightning in the sky as it passed me flying by. From the lightning in the sky as it passed me flying by. From the thunder and the storm and the cloud that took the form. From childhood's hour I have not been as others were, I have not seen as others saw. When the rest of heaven was blue, of a demon in my view.
Welcome to Can You Stump Dr. Bradley Bobs? I am Dr. Bradley Bobs. I have a PhD in physics, and I'm known for my lectures on philosophical mysteries of quantum physics and my lectures on lasers I have loved. Well, a wave is the basic disturbance that can propagate. If something can't propagate, doesn't go anywhere, then who cares about it, right? We're not going to experience it. It's not going to get to us. But since light is a wave, it can come to us. We can see it. Sound is a wave. It can come to us. We can hear it, etc. So waves are more interesting because of that. Sine waves relate to circles. Well, if you have motion around in a circle and uniform motion, and if you look at it from the side, a side view, looking this direction from the circle, if you look at how that motion in time, it maps out a perfect sine wave. In fact, that's almost the definition of a sine wave, I think.
Is a circle in motion, you say?
Right, a circular motion, a uniform circular motion going around a circle, looking at it end on.
I
that
see.
Maps out a sine wave. None whatsoever.
None whatsoever.
Now, to get to the interesting stuff, we have to get beyond mathematics. That was just a mathematical description. We have to get into reality and what is really happening. And we have found that what is really happening is far stranger. You know, about a century ago or so, about around 1900, physicists were starting to realize that what is happening in the world is far stranger than we were aware of. And pretty soon they were seeing that it made no sense, and they've been in philosophical discussions about it ever since, and the discussions are still going on. Here it is, 120 years later, and the philosophical controversies about that continue. Well, the subtitle of one of my lectures is Everything I Need to Know I Learned from Quantum Physics. Sort of a joke. I'm not sure if that's really true. But, well, quantum physics impacts us in all the things it has made possible, all the technology, all of the high-tech things that we use, all electronics, all photonics, was all made possible by quantum physics. We would not have cell phones or computers or lasers or digital cameras or, magnetic levitation or magnetic imaging, solar cells. There are just so many things that have been made possible by quantum physics. Life would be very, very different, far more primitive. Imagine technology, 150 years ago. Life would be more like that. Yes, yes.
And a one. And a one. Bam. Yowza.
buddy. It's me. Hey, give me a call when you have a chance. So, yeah. All right, man. Later. Oh, hey, bud. I was just finishing our text conversation with a phone conversation. That should be free for a little bit. You're around. Give me a call back. Later. Hey, buddy. Oh, hey, bud. Hey, give me a call when you have a chance. All right, man. Later. That should be free for a little bit. Give me a call back. Later. Hey, pal. Haven't heard from you in a hot minute, so I was just calling to see how you're doing. That's it, really. All right, man. Later.
Hi, I'm Joe the limo driver. Oh, he's retired. I'm Joey Icon. Oh, he's retired. I'm the lounge lizard king. Here's a little piece I call no sense nonsense. Thank you. Good night.
Because the enemy sleeps with eyes open and heart closed. Because our head and hands don't always get along. Because the belly of the beast sometimes resembles the interior of our past apartments. Because there's a memory tied around our finger that won't allow us to forget the broken parts of our past, because it's hard for arms to embrace shadows, because shadows sometimes wear our bodies better than we do, because wounds come in all shapes, sizes, and kisses, because fire is at the heart of our yeses, and yeses don't always survive the rain, because sometimes the only language we can skywrite in is falling, because falls don't always follow summer, because there aren't enough desert winds to sweep away sorrow's footsteps. We continue to be that air in search of a clear blue sky.
This is an Edison gold molded 4-minute cylinder from I guess it's about 1913 or so. This record, and this is already a big advance on the original phonograph that Edison invented in 1877. Then they were recording on tinfoil. This is a sophisticated advance on that, and they finally discovered by 1902, I think it was, a way to mold cylinders. They couldn't do that because this is, as you can see, is a very complex shape to deal with. You can't, this is it was how to engineer these cylinders without having to record each one individually. So this actually represents a big advance in recording technology of the time, 1912. And if you look on YouTube, you can see there's a couple of guys who have built beautiful electrically reproduction of cylinders. They have these cylinder machines that reproduce them, perfectly electrically, and you wouldn't believe the sound that comes off of these. It's really, really remarkable, and it just leads me to state that actually very little has been improved in terms of recording fidelity since these days. The biggest improvement was electrical recording, which we still have. This one is about 1912, I think. Wow. This cylinder. They kept making them right up to 1929. You can get you can get hot jazz, and some really amazing stuff got recorded onto cylinders as late as October 1929. Those are when the last ones were made. That's when Edison actually exited the whole phonograph and record business. It was in 1929. Anyhow, so this is a cylinder. The main disadvantage of cylinders, of course, is that they take up so much goddamn space. This is air in here, and you can't, so to be a cylinder collector, you should have a lot of space.
Hi, I'm Kylan.
And I'm Khalil. And this is The Fuss Number 2. 3, 4.
Lesson 4. Your age and family. Where is your father? Where?
He is in the factory.
Where is your mother?
She is at home.
Where is your daughter? Where?
She is in school.
Where is your grandfather?
I have no grandfather. He is dead. I have no grandfather. He is dead.
Orion climbs the morning sky of night. Up behind your beds and graves I rise. A skeleton of stars all joined by snot. From side to side Orion casts his eye. He is watching his familiars spin star trail meshes for these soulmates. Sleeping numbers all are we in the union of these subsets. The nets of kin are touched with blood, the nets of kith with glue. Cut his digits, far he flings, the net's purse strings his fingers choose. I pull taut the nets I touch, I am the engine of connection. Within the dithering darkness of the sky, I will draw you to one another.
I always remember that he had a $100 bill.
Yeah.
Why did he have that? Or what do you know about that? Or
I think probably he had it and liked to show it because money was very important to him. I think growing up he didn't have a lot of money. And it meant a lot to him. So he just liked to keep it and he liked to show it, especially to you kids, I think, to impress you.
I mean, we always thought he was a millionaire.
Well, a lot of other people did too, Michael, but it turned out to be otherwise when he died.
I would always ask Pop, what's behind those trees?
No, I don't remember that.
I thought everybody got a good laugh out of that.
What trees?
Just trees on the horizon.
Oh, yeah, what did he say?
He said, I don't know.
Well, I don't remember you asking him that.
100 is as good as a million to a little kid.
I always remember that he had a $100 bill.
My grandfather would always laugh when my brother would ask why they made it 10 after 4 on the independent hall clock. No amount of legal tender could stop the clock of cancer that malignantly ticked throughout their bodies. When I was 6, my grandfather took me to see 2001, A Space Odyssey. He was babysitting, and I guess he thought that might be a good way to keep an eye on me, where he didn't have to do or say anything. I was entranced by all the spaceships, but irritated by what I thought was a lack of story. But none of that mattered once I got to the end, with those alien landscapes and that one alien eye. Because of the movie, I was impressed with the notion that my grandfather knew a lot about the stars. I thought my grandfather would be able to explain the eye, but he had fallen asleep during that part of the movie.
During this run, the science team will look at the reflex called nystagmus. Nystagmus is a class of eye movement that directs the fovea, which is the central area of the retina, towards an oncoming visual scene during the rotation. And it's that same reflex that resets the eye during a prolonged rotation. As the subject is asked to focus on an imaginary target in front of them, the eye will tend to track that target as the body senses that it's rotating.
Go ahead, Roger. Yeah, Norm, we're seeing a little bit of flicker in the video, but PI team says that that's not a problem as far as the data analysis goes, just in case you were worried about that. And eye control a little bit. Well, it does concern me a bit. We're going to have to repeat that because Roberta said she lost her train of thought. I told her it wasn't really a whole train, just more like maybe a little choo-choo.
I found myself outside a lot at my grandparents', following the wheel of the stars, and wondering how soon we'd all be drinking Tang and eating freeze-dried peas.
Lesson 18. Lunch. I like boiled eggs. I like fried eggs. But I don't like scrambled eggs. But I don't like omelets. I like meat. I like pork. Better than fish. Better than veal. I like a tongue sandwich. I like a tongue sandwich. Better than a cheese sandwich. He likes roast beef. We are very fond, but she likes boiled beef. We are very fond of American cooking.
My grandmother especially showed a lot of interest in it. She would always say, buying music is never a waste of money, no matter what it was. And, when you're a kid, you tend to not realize when, even if it's with a good heart, when you're being patronized even just a little bit. So I would make my grandmother listen to Kiss albums all the time. I can remember on my parents' huge, giant, piece of furniture, stereo that took up half the living room, playing Black Diamond by Kiss for my grandmother with the instrumental intro, and saying, "Do you hear that meme? It starts like this, and then it kicks in, and it's about a prostitute, and it's really sad." I don't know whether she really liked them or not, but she always said, and I can remember being in junior high going, "Yeah, my grandmother likes Kiss."
My grandfather spoke excellent English with a pronounced Irish brogue. He would sit in the basement and listen to Irish jigs and reels and English language records for French speakers. As I was growing up, I would often wonder why he listened to them. His accent did not improve, and he certainly didn't use the words spoken on the recordings. My uncle thinks it is because he had brought the records from Ireland. The America my grandfather heard on those 4 discs was one where everyone ate tongue sandwiches and had maids waiting on them hand and foot. He drank whiskey in the basement and listened to the records and the music and grew nostalgic for the Ireland he once knew and the vision of America he had had from the records in Ireland.
One of our ancestors was racing another ancestor towards the shore of this island. And the first one to touch the island owned all the land, owned the island outright. You know? The only thing I can think of is they were in these longboats, you know, with the guys rowing and all that. And he saw that the other guy was beating him, so he took out his sword and he chopped off his hand. And he got the hand and he threw it, and thereby touching the island first.
Right. And you think he was drunk?
Well, I think he'd have to be, like, I don't know, you know, but that's the way I understand it.
Very good, very good.
That was one of your relatives. That's how the story goes. And the first one to touch the island, the only thing I can think of is they were in these longboats, the island, out with the guys rowing and all that. I understood it. That's how the story goes. One of our ancestors, that's how the story goes. I understood. That's how the story goes.
I thought, wow, this is so cool. This is just like Roots. And I wanted to run off to Ireland to research it. My sister thought it was really stupid. She thought this ancestor guy was just too greedy. And why couldn't he have cut off just a finger?
A year ago, we got a call one time from my mom that, yeah, your grandpa cut his finger off. And he was just sawing. He was just out sawing wood somewhere, and he accidentally got one of his fingers. And now he has like a little stub. I forget which one it is, but he's got a little stub where his finger was, and it doesn't faze him at all.
Shall I massage your face?
It is a bad habit.
Cocaine makes it painless.
It is a bad habit.
Is it painful to have a tooth pulled?
It is a good habit to save money.
Shall I massage your face?
It is a bad habit. No, I don't like a face massage. It is a bad habit.
Very pleasant. It is neither...
At my grandma's house, she has all these cats that come around, and they feed the cats, and they call the cats, they just make up names for them, and basically they make up names that have to do with whatever the cats look like. So there's this yellow cat, and they call it Buttercup, and there's a black cat that's got white feet, and they call it Boots. And one time, we were driving along, and we saw this cow that was all white and had a big black band around its waist, or middle, and I decided that if that cow was on my grandmother's farm, they'd call it Belt. They'd call it Belt.
My sister dropped a license plate in the toilet. The miniature license plates that you would get in boxes of Super Sugar Crisp for hanging on the back of your bike's banana seat. My grandparents were once again babysitting us that night, so the responsibility for fishing it out fell to my grandfather. He died in his sleep the next morning. My sister thought she'd killed him. She thought if perhaps he hadn't reached in the toilet, if she hadn't dropped the license into that place you're never supposed to put your hand, maybe he would still be alive. When my grandmother died less than 8 years later, I went outside to hear if the banshees still wailed. She had told me the banshees came from the sea, which is always close in Ireland, and were spirit-type creatures lamenting for the dead. I thought they sounded like dolphins mourning for the drowned. I imagined them swimming around the corpse of a fisherman lost at sea, keening and wailing. The fisherman only identifiable by the pattern of his sweater, the knit unique to his clan or family. I saw no sign of them, just the yellow piss moon as full as a bladder.
I recently moved in with my grandmother, and we've encountered some differences. The last week or so, I've noticed going into the shower, there's an egg timer in there, one of those hourglass things filled with sand that if you flip it over, the sand dissipates. And for a while, I didn't know what it was for until over Thanksgiving, I heard my grandmother telling my mother that it was to hurry me through the shower in 3 minutes. So it's a 3-minute egg timer, 3-minute shower. You get it. I'm not doing it. My God.
That's the best one. That was great.
I had one of the golden books, the Golden Book of Stars. Pocket-size, easy reference books for kids. I would stare at the illustrations depicting the idyllic star-crossed stargazers, a meteor-streaked English cathedral meadow, an inviting snow-covered field, but mostly the appearance of Halley's Comet in 1910. As a kid, I could barely wait for the arrival of the comet, and 14 years didn't seem that far off compared to the 76-year cycle of the comet. I imagined it streaking the evening sky in one single night, its huge and magnificent tail a plume of power, making a sheltering, tangible canopy between us and the stars thrown up into the scallop shell of the sky, and propelling the comet on its journey like the rockets we had seen on TV. People sleepily wandering out of their homes to see it, dads carrying their kids, both still dressed in their pajamas, the biggest pajama party ever. There was a man holding a child in the illustration in the Golden Book of Stars, both of them watching Halley's Comet on May 13th, 1910. The man wore an old fedora, the child wore collarless pajamas. I liked to imagine that the child was my grandfather, and although he couldn't tell me anything about Halley's Comet when I would ask, I liked to imagine he had seen it with his father and family, nonetheless.
Has your sweetheart also black hair?
No, she is a blonde, not a brunette.
Is she pretty?
She is very pretty and also good. She is very pretty and also good. She is very pretty and also good.
A young couple, almost holding hands farther in the distance. That would be me in 1986. I would be 23, so old, I thought. I would surely have a family of my own by then. Standing with the one I would marry, our nights would never be cold, scary, or too dark. And there would always be meteors and many friendly sounds, even in the winter.
My grandmother used to say nice people don't have hairy babies and nice people don't make big cookies.
When I was young,
Don't know why.
my grandfather had long, thick hair, and he used to let us hold on to it, and he used to spin his head around, and we could hold on to it, and it was like an amusement park ride.
My grandma always used to say, "Will you reach me the sugar, honey?" Instead of, "Will you pass me the sugar, honey?"
Grandfather's kind of a quiet guy, and he smokes cigars, and his real name is Stanley, but everybody calls him Jake, and I have no idea why.
I would ask questions of everyone, particularly of my grandfather. He was older than all my other grandparents, so I thought he knew that much more. He was born in 1909, the oldest thing I knew, though I had found some pennies that were older. I thought Ben Franklin was on all the money, pennies, nickels, dimes, and dollars. I thought my grandfather looked kind of like Ben Franklin. No matter what the question, what's behind that farm on the horizon? What's the name of the constellation with a band of 3 bright stars? Why is it 10 after 4 on the independent tall clock? His response was always the same.
I don't know. What do you think?
When I was a kid, I used to go up and stay at my grandfather's farm for a week or so in the summers, and I remember one year I was there, and my grandfather woke up me and my cousin from our sleep and took us out to the barn to watch one of the cats have kittens, and it was really amazing. I'd never seen anything like that before. However, I learned later that probably the next day or maybe a week later, my grandfather took all the kittens and chopped their heads off. And that was his way of controlling the cat population on the farm.
Go Space Lab.
Julie, it's really hard to believe that this is yielding useful video data.
We're continuing to receive some intermittent video from the helmet camera. That's a part of the experiment equipment for the microgravity vestibular investigations.
And Norm, the video's not useful, but we can get the rest of the iCal on that EOG.
Okay.
Friends are an Elizabethan collar around the neck, the family, an old fedora. In a boat, Orion rides the paths of comets towards the sun. Digitless on one hand and missing the other completely, he is losing his appendages and excreta and bodily fluids. And with these he anoints the born, dead, and yet to live, and by that random process ties souls to souls, like the connect the dot lines drawn between the stars within a constellation. There are twin nameless and larval amphibians that ride the back of night, the curve of the world, lines of flux and force drawing and redrawing themselves. They tight walk on the vapor trails of jets, girdling the globe and crisscross paths, weaving the nets of friends and family, kith and kin. Unsuspecting and sleeping, we are all in a fleecy bed, supported by the strands spun by the vestigial glands of these familiars to Orion, and marked by his far-flung snot, blood, and glue. He pulls taut these purse strings that run between our stories, sending us rolling and tumbling headlong, diamonds in the velvet net of night, falling through a column of darkness to the center where waits Orion's web. This is the crystal engine that beats out a rhythm for the heart of night. These peepers, these tadpoles, are the cells in this heart, watched over by that almost certain amphibian eye, beating and bound to each other by the random and silvery glue of kinship. I do not know how the night goes on after the engine as metronome stops, a massive infarction, a flagrant infraction, a blatant display of arrhythmia. Each cell counting off its own beat, rather than achieving a healthy order, cardinal, ordinal, numeral, a healthy order of numbers each in time with the next. There is beauty to this chaos and discord. How silly of me not to realize this night has always survived on beauty.
What are shoes made of?
Shoes are made of leather.
I live in an apartment house on the ground floor.
The servant washes the dishes in the sink. My wife, the servant, there are pictures on the walls and carpets on the floors.
I don't use the elevator.
What color hair has your father? Is she pretty?
He has gray hair.
What color hair has your grandfather?
The sky is blue.
He has no hair at all. He is bald.
What are the colors of the rainbow?
Grass is green.
The colors of the rainbow are red, orange,
the sky
green,
is blue,
yellow, blue, indigo, and violet.
The stars crowd around me now, the color of family and friends. Now, here, laughing. I can't tell which is which.
Well, I don't remember you asking him that. Well, oh my God, your father. Oh my God, your father is.
Yeah, try to cheer up.
Oh my God, your father is. Well, oh my God, your well, oh my God, your father is. Well, oh my God, your father is. Well, I don't remember you. Oh my God, your father is. Well,
human melodies is reliable to double the helix, the matrix, the mass, the matter, the mothers, the many, the McLeans, the McLuhans, the Max Dunts, the Marcel Duchamps. Transcending anything through anything else. Systems, symbols, sin, sincerity, sinuous, like Odysseus, man of many turns, sinuate, sinus, mercy. Send your pen to perfect this text quickly. Ha! Literature is like a taxicab noted for its springy suspension. Why do we all insist on being afraid of death? Immortality is filled with nothing. W.H. Auden said, poetry makes nothing happen. Frank Zappa said, nothing is what I want.
Moving image media. Okay, I'm ready. This is like take 42. Hello, I'm Gerry. Take 43. Greetings. I'm Gerry Fialka, professor of lo-fi hijinks here at the University of Cinematrix. Since 1987, the Pixel 2000 toy video camera has hoiked up moving image technology as electronic folk art. Oh dear, I'll check the instruction booklet for the Pixel camera.
Why are you doing that?
I'm looking for loopholes, Sam. Now I can't see you folks out there, but this short history of movie media is forever growing. Rooted in audio recording, the cylinder, insert a close-up here, was maybe one of the first in capturing sound. It progressed with photography, painting with light. Protocol provokes procedure in promoting perfect progress with P-words, PU, P-Funk, PXL. These instruments extend our humanness, our human sensorium. Movies extend our eyes, our memories, our dreams. We travel on magic carpet rides to new lands. As Marshall McLuhan said, movies extend our feet. Now let's get into it. Original 35mm celluloid film coming out of these clunky cans. Bigness. 1895. Then 16mm made it shorter, smaller. 1932. Then even smaller film, Super 8mm. 1965. Now let's switch to magnetic tape. We went from 1-inch to 3/4-inch video cassettes in 1971. Now the VHS, which has been popular in the Pixelvision world, 1/2-inch videotape, came out in 1976. Then Fisher-Price released James Wickstead's invention, the Pixel 2000, in 1987, employing an old medium, the audio cassette, which came out in 1966, as the clunk of the 35mm can accentuates the invention itself. The audio cassette as a medium, combining this old technology with the ability to capture picture and sound on 1/2-inch, how big is an audio cassette?
Inch.
Huh?
1/8 inch thick.
1/8 inch audio, 1/8 inch tape captured both picture and sound. Now in 2025, we've combined the Pixel camera with the cell phone. Moving image media advancing into the future. In one era and out the other. The future ain't what it used to be. Pixelvision, right here in moving image media, CISE.
It is 1/17/2025. January 17th. It's kind of cold out here in Venice. A little lonely, a little sad. You see, I'm here by myself, and I usually work as a team with me, myself, and I. And
Hear myself, Em.
all right.
I am.
All right. I was wondering, we were starting to think you weren't going to make it.
Not gonna make it. I have a responsibility to Pixel fans.
I guess that makes sense, I suppose.
So what are you thinking?
Me?
This year. What do you think?
Well, I was just thinking about how quiet it is out here today.
And gloomy.
And maybe singing a song.
It's gloomy. You know, I could use a pick-me-up. Can you cheer me up, King? Like, it's gloomy.
Okay. I bet everybody could relate to that. Kind of like there's 8 billion of us here, that's all. And I've heard people say that we're like a family.
And you're a daddy?
I used to be.
No. No one can erase you. You're still a dad. Yes, you are.
Yeah.
So why don't we sing for 8 billion people?
Let me start.
All right, you start.
I was a child.
I was a little boy.
I was a daddy.
Your own granddaddy.
There are some people just like you and me. Yeah. Pacific Palisades, Altadena. Yes, tough times like I've seen before in Silmar, Hollywood too.
Are you ready for your close-up?
We're all together, we're all like one.
Do you remember when the game begun?
The little children and the big people too.
We all go poopy after we chew, 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 chew.
Yeah. All right. A human family, 8 billion strong. 8 billion, we can all sing a song. 8 billion of us sharing this place.
If there's still a place or a trace.
It's the ace. Planet Earth, it's got to be the best. On the east, north, south, and the west. Yeah, we're in the west.
Out in the ocean.
Venice Beach.
By the ocean.
Muscle Beach. Well, look at me. Just take a look. I mean,
you're in the dock.
Yeah. Here we go. When there was one thing, grows another. Everybody's sisters and brother. We're gonna build another new house here,
Jack.
and everybody will be welcome in here,
Jack. The house that Jack built. Oh yeah.
Now here comes the tuba solo.
Oh no, the tuba player's Waymo got attacked by the Dodgers.
Oh, no tuba player.
Sorry.
Pacific Palisades, Altadena, Hollywood and Silmar, I seen a little tragic story there. Where everybody everywhere lives a life on planet Earth can be rough. Life on planet Earth can be tough. We're gonna get together and share the wealth. We're gonna get together with a little help from you. With you. With you. Take one, and done. One and done. I was improvising.
Yep, it's not going away. Okay, here we go.
All right, give me a second.
You say I'm ready, and then I'll give you about 5 or 10 seconds.
Okay, I'm ready. Hit me, she said. Hit me, she said, placing my hand on the pale curve of her breast. But I love you. Why would I want to hurt you? Because I like it. Hit me, she said. So I did. And as I watched the welt bloom pink on moon glow skin, I grew even harder inside her. It was then that I realized I could hurt people that wanted to be hurt. It was something I could be good at.